Test, test. Test, test. Test, test. All right. Coming to you live from the rinks in Hop Hog. You're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. Want to give a lot of credit here to Wally Mitchell, Paul Trentini, two of our producers and cameramen, some of the best in the biz, helping me get set up here tonight. We got a 1-0 game. Aiden Dowling opened the scoring at the 13:23 mark for Northport, who are in search of win number 1 of the year. 0-11 coming in, and they might seize their opportunity to do just that against 4-7 West Islip. And again, it's 1-0 in favor of the Tigers. First period. So getting our bearings here at LISN. Got a goaltender equipment malfunction bailing me out. There's no power play. Square that away. 11 minutes, 34 seconds remaining here. First period. Goaltender for West Islip tonight, William Charo. On the season, Charo for the Lions, boasting a 6.67 goals against average in the 9 games he has started. For WI Northport Huntington, on the other end of the ice, Matthew McCartney appears to be between the pipes. I'll double check that. Number's not lying. It is Matthew McCartney for Northport Huntington. Goal scored by Aiden Dowling. Dowling, his 4th of the season, in what is his 7th game played here tonight. Equipment malfunction resolved. We're back to drop the puck here at LI Sports Network. And once again, huge shout out to Paul Trentini and Wally Mitchell for really making this possible. Carried out of the zone by Lucas Wilk. Good takeaway here from Quescu, Robert Quescu. Carried into the zone for a moment, looking to keep it in near side. Ava Spradell. Puck does come out to neutral ice. And a nice little saucer pass leads Adam Rank into the zone for West I. Got a center one to the front of the net, broken up. Cascone will try to take it near side. In terms of the overall standings, West Islip currently find themselves 11th, while Northport Huntington picking up the rear 14th place. Puck all the way down ice, no icing. Will be played on further by the Lions. Cascone swipes at it and eventually does clear the zone ahead for Adam Rank. Now taken over by Connor Webster. The shot missed the net wide. Kareems to the near side. In the skates and settled and ultimately skated out to center by Declan Hedger. Hedger, left wing side, challenged by Webster. Puck comes free. Helped along by Spradell. Wraparound try came all the way through the crease. Spradell back on it. Swept it in behind. Quescu checked off the puck. Try to charge the front of the net now. Cleared out by West Islip. And that pass a little bit behind its intended target as they were trying to go toward the near side for Luke Galante. Off the boards, Galante. Skating into open ice. Dumps in. Wraps around to be handled on further by Pulio. Turned over, back come Northport Huntington, and Dowling, the goal scorer, put it across. Andrew Cohen unable to get a backhand touch on it. Flip right back in the zone by West Islip, and Nicholas Giorgio on goal off the bank. Deciding to freeze the puck is McCartney. 9:22 to go here, first period. 1-0 Tigers, and they're looking for that illustrious first win of the season. Leading the way in terms of points so far for Northport Huntington's freshman squad, Henry Alfano. Point per game pace, 6 points, 6 games played. 5 of those 6 points are goals. He is the leader in that category as well. As 94 looks to get a touch on it. Instead, it's Wilk. Wilk playing across the rank. Adam Rank twirls in the near circle and flips around. Going to hunt down the loose puck. Sebastian Kent. Never into neutral ice. Dowling turned it over and knocked down to the ice. Delayed penalty. Sebastian Kent draws the penalty. It'll be the first time either of these sides are shorthanded or a man up. And off to the box is number 53 for Northport Huntington. Klingensmith, Thomas Klingensmith. So a chance to tie the game here for WI. Off the face-off, wrist shot from the point from Webster, deflects wide. Put back out in front. Chance for Cascone, denied by McCartney. Cascone, good work down low, able to keep it alive for his teammate, Lundrigan. Back with Paleo. Paleo working it in behind, now on the backhand. Down the boards, Cascone. Cascone challenge, good defensive play made there by DeSarno. However, was held in for the moment near side. Now puck escapes to neutralize Shea Levy. Did all he could at the near point. Henry Alfano back with it. Minute and 15 seconds gone by, or left on the power play. It's Webster's drive deflects over the net. Delayed penalty. Northport Huntington will be down 2 players as soon as they touch the puck. Probably in West Islip's best interest to just turn the puck over. Alfano chases after it, chipped it ahead. There's an empty net. Possibly caught him off guard. Only way that was going to count as a goal is if a West Islip stick put it in that empty net. That does not happen. 5-on-3 here for the Lions. .57 seconds worth of 5-on-3 power play time. Huge chance for West Islip to tie this game. West Islip's power play clicking at just 10% on the season. With the puck, back to the point, and shot from Levy blocked. Levy playing it all the way through. Shot off the side of the net, back out in front for Wilk, who had a good look and was turned aside. Quescu trying to retrieve the puck in the corner. Northport Huntington got to be careful, and they're able to clear the zone. Levy back to get it. Levy ahead to Rank. Adam Rank carries in. He's got Galante with him. Across to Galante, and then backdoor. Wilk had a good look. Chips it back to Webster. Webster trying to pull it toward the middle of the ice. Had a track back to it. Shot blocked. Plays it back for the rip of Levy wide, and diving out to cover the rebound was McCartney as the first power play has expired. Minute and 1 second, 5-on-4 for the second penalty, which was assessed to Alfano. Off the draw, that penalty was for tripping. Checking from behind was the initial penalty assessed to Klingensmith. Down the boards, turned over. Hedger looked to flip it out of the zone, was blocked out in front. Hedger strong on the backhand, clears it out of harm's way, and poked up the boards by Tiso. Nick Tiso It's the brakes. Tiso cutting middle. Spinning out of the check of Sebastian Kent. Tiso down the boards for a centering feed from Klingensmith, broken up in front. Good short-handed work here, though, for the Tigers. Tiso still battling Kent. And finally, West Islip emerged with the puck, but a headman pass that was looking to get it to Lundgren, broken up. Hedger right back in for the Tigers with 2 seconds and 1, and Northport Huntington miraculously kill off both penalties. That 10% West Islip power play takes yet another hit. Quescu. 5:30 to go first period. Mishandled. Lundgren. Up top to Webster. Webster fires it into open ice. Nobody home. Picked up off the ricochet by Alfano. Alfano to himself on the far boards. Henry Alfano trying to wheel it past Giorgio. Battling Giorgio in the near side. Alfano kicks it over to Tiso. Tiso return pass Alfano. Alfano wraparound try denied by Charo. Rebound squirted behind and cleared out of the zone. And now picking it up with speed, Luke Galante put it too far in front of him. It's covered by McCartney. 4:48 to go here in this first period. You are listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. First of 3 here on the South Rink. A couple of games getting started in just a moment on the North Rink, if they haven't already, on a snowy Monday. Hope all that shoveling and clearing of the car windows and such worked out for you fine folks tuned in here to LISN. Had a little hot cocoa this afternoon as well as really hit the spot. Cascone has it for the Lions. Plays it across to Levy and onto the tape of Webster. Webster dumps in. Paleo, or rather, that is Galante on the forecheck. Galante in his feet, taken over by Northport Huntington, and Brody Arthur will skate it out. Across for Spradell, taken away by Webster. Here comes Webster, good move at the line. Webster is in, Webster a drive, hit the glove of McCartney and deflected over the net. Big save there for Matthew McCartney. Look around for Caden Thomas Martin. Trying to poke it out of the zone. Good keep from Shea Levy, but they might get him for a rough will. Levy confused. Maybe not in total agreement with the call. Made nonetheless. Short-handed now will be West Islip. Power play, first of their power play look of the game, Northport Huntington. At about the 3:30 mark here of the first period. Giorgio, can he clear from out front? No, glove down by Hedger. Great keep in there from Declan Hedger. He walks, circle, shot, blocker save made, rebound. Oh, it was on the tape of Andrew Cohen. Just couldn't quite direct it toward the net. Good save there from Charo. And there's the goal scorer. Aggressive on the back check, Aiden Dowling. Dowling will flip it around for Klingensmith. Klingensmith, the lead pass off the stick of Andrew Cohen and in. Cohen looking to regain possession of the puck. Quescu keeps it alive at the near point. Got past Dowling. Here's Webster. 50 seconds gone by on the Northport Huntington power play. Quescu rolling at the near point toward the front, and a save made with the right pad by Charo. Kicked right back out for a shot save, rebound. No goal! No goal! The whistle, they say, had blown. Tough break for the Tigers here, as Charo doesn't really have this puck. Drops down underneath him in a very smart poke check. to put it between the legs of Charo there by Thomas Klingensmith, but it will not count. And my apologies, there is the right team on the power play. As a shot blocked off the stick of Connor Fry. Comes in behind for Tiso. Tiso plays it to Ryan Guzzo. And across, they score! 2-0 Tigers! Connor Fry. And that's a Tigers power play goal. 2-0 Northport Huntington. And this puck just gets through, and one of the more easier goals Fry will score this year. Doubles the lead, 2-0 Northport Huntington in search of win number 1. Connor Fry, that most recent goal, his first of the season. Congratulations, Connor Fry. And now looks to be another delayed penalty, and it's going to go against West Islip. Touched up there by Shea Levy. And so already with the 2-0 advantage, Northport Huntington will get a second consecutive trip to the power play, having just cashed in on their prior one. Fry from Guzzo and Tiso. Nick Tiso up to 3 points on the year. But shorthanded look here for West Islip off the face-off win. They get it to Palaio. Palaio pulls it in behind. And now sends around. Or pardon me, I keep getting those mixed up. That's Luke Galante. On Palaio, Galante, Galante, Palaio. 23 Galante on the forecheck there, joined by Lundrigan. 30 seconds already gone by on this Northport Huntington power play. Already better looking here for West Islip, but now rushing up ice is Alfano. Alfano goes wide and shot it over the net. Good keep in near side by Brendan DeSarno. Tiso, sharp angle shot, knocked down out in front and cleared from in front of the net by Levy, all the way down ice. McCartney out to stop it, passes it ahead to DeSarno. DeSarno, stretch pass for Alfano, good job intervening there by Lundrigan. Webster put it around the net. Northport Huntington take back control of the puck. Alfano battling Rank, and that's a pardon me, Cascone. That's a great poke check there from Cascone. Alfano back for DeSarno. DeSarno over the line, fires it on goal, stopped by Charo. Shot around by Levy. DeSarno again on the far point. Works his way down the far boards. DeSarno to Alfano in behind. Alfano. 15 seconds to go on the power play, and time expiring here in the first period. And then after the buzzer sounds, Levy's stick knocked out of his hands. That's your score after one, 2-0. At the end of one in favor of Northport Huntington. Listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. Second period on its way shortly. Don't go anywhere here on LISN. Welcome back here to the Rinks and Hop Hog, listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. Paul Trentini, Wally Mitchell running cam, doing production stuff. Invaluable members of the team. Ryan Brannigan here on the mic. And Alfano called for a penalty at the end of time in that first period. We'll even things up as Northport Huntington were on a power play. They're 1 for 1 on the power play tonight. They will now be 1 for 2. Tripping is the most recent penalty put in here on Alfano. Alfano was called for slashing earlier. Or no, he's called for slashing now, I see. He was called for tripping earlier. And that is what happened at the end of that period. Not a trip, but a slash. A little out of order here in what I'm looking at, the live stats, but grateful for the live stats nonetheless. So it'll be a 4-on-4 for 13 seconds. An abbreviated West Islip power play will commence after. West Islip and looking to get win number 5 of the season. Will put them at 10 points, which would be tied with Sachem and Connect-Watsaville for 9th place, and 1 back of KPC, who occupy the 8th and final position for playoff qualification. Northport Huntington not out of the playoff race, mathematically speaking. And a win either way, whether it's to ultimately pull off one of the great second half heroics to make the playoffs, or just for their confidence as a whole, get the win tonight would be big. More equipment malfunctioning is causing the delay here. It is once again goaltender for West Islip, William Charo. Charo now makes his way over to his crease. McCartney had adjusted something with his pads as well. Both goaltenders are set and ready to go, and we're ready to roll here in the second period. Tigers and Lions, oh my. The Tigers lead it 2-0. And that 4-on-4 of abbreviated fashion has come to an end, and a power play starts up for West Islip. Across, swing and a miss. Good look that time for number 95, Sebastian Palaio. Out in front, Hedger slowed it down, cleared from in front of the net. On back here for Connor Webster. Webster plugs it around the boards. Quescu trying to make a play on it. Instead, it's taken away by Palaio. Palaio up top to Levy. Levy return past Palaio. Sender one across. Picked up by Webster on the backhand. Minute and 14 seconds left on this power play for West Islip. Their third tonight. They're 0 for 2. Lundrigan had it stolen away, and out breaking is Quescu. Quescu one-on-one with Galanti. Carries it middle. Quescu a drive. He scores! Gorgeous short-handed goal. Robert Quescu. 3-0 Northport Huntington. Incredible individual effort, and puts it top shelf, blocker side on Charo. West Islip remain on the power play for another 52 seconds. Well, what a start to the game for the winless Tigers. 3-0. Marco Abenda, reinforcements on the way here for West Islip. One of their top scorers, and Staples on the back end. He is, in fact, tied for their top lead in terms of points with 5, with Mikey Lane, who's not in the lineup tonight for WI. Plugged around. Wilk looking to play it. Stolen off his stick. And moving up ice is Tiso. Tiso stops up at the top of the near circle and gave it away. Wilk trying to lead pass to Adam Rank. Rank colliding with Tiso. and then gets knocked down. Gathered and cleared by Brody Arthur. As the power play expires, 0 for 3 tonight. Our West Islip with the man advantage, and they have allowed a shorthanded goal. Caden Thomas Martin banks ahead. Stopped and neutralized by Giorgio. Connor Fry had the second goal of the game scored on the power play for Northport Huntington. Lundgren. Over the line onside. Good poke check, however, made by Jackson Beal. And Beal settles it down in the far corner. Off the stick of Ryan Hahn. West Islip take charge near side, Andrew Cohen. Cohen, nice move, another nice move. Pardon me, as Lundgren. Lundgren knocked off his stick by Beal. Sebastian Kent down the boards. Palaio. Gonna go back up top the near side. Cut off by Ava Spradell. Her pass taken away by Palaio. And now on back for Connor Webster. Loads up, fires. Glove save made McCartney. And he'll hold on to it with 11:18 to go in this second period. Short-handed goal belonging to Robert Quescu. Quescu, his 4th of the season. Giving the Tigers extra cushion. And Zabenda lets one fly from the blue line, blocked in front by Spradell. Tries to keep it in on the near boards. Instead, it's all the way down ice. Alfano racing after it. Will win the race, but not before the puck crossed the goal line for icing against Northport Huntington. Again, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. Be sure to hit subscribe. Marching closer and closer to 12K, as well as follow us on social media at LI Sports Network. You can also catch Rinks and Realities, podcast hosted by my two friends, Travis Quigley and Paul Trentini, as they have various guests from across the Long Island Hockey Network. Here's a 2-on-1 and across, and unable to settle it down. There were the Tigers. Good feed nonetheless there from Klingensmith. Alfano darting away from forechecking Lundgren. Now trying to pull away from Palaio. In comes Henry Alfano. To himself around to Benda. Try to backhand it out in front. Taken away by Kent. Now back with Alfano. Alfano out in front. Bouncing puck loose in the slot area. Cleared out to the far boards. Now 3-on-2 for West Islip. Palaio carrying in. Palaio, good poke check. And a whistle. And a penalty upcoming. Brendan DeSarno had that all-important poke check on that last sequence, and third penalty of the game already for Alfano. He's got to look out now. One more, and he will be be thrown out of the game if he takes another penalty for having 4 in one game. Will Alfano. Power play West Islip, 0 for 3. This is their 4th look. It was a shorthanded goal last time out from Quescu. Here is Tiso. Tiso rolling around the net. Couldn't quite feed it out in front. Head for Galante. Luke Galante. Dumps in, rims around. There's Quescu. Put it right back toward Galante. Shea Levy down the near boards. Down and around for Cascone in behind. Cascone keeps it moving. However, Webster not necessarily in the area. It's cleared out by Tiso, and Tiso on the loose puck rims it all the way deep into the West Islip end. 45 seconds gone by on this fourth West Islip power play. Taken away by Hedger. Hedger flicks in. In case you're wondering what the score of the Northport developmental game is, 1-0 there on top of KPC. Toward the middle of the ice, Galante held in at the line by Webster. Great keep in. Hedger poked away by Wilk. 45 seconds left on the power play here for West Islip. Unable to hold in was Webster. Hedger emerges with the puck and has Tiso with him. 2-on-1. Hedger across, shot, save, rebound. Tiso unable to get there. Webster able to make the play defensively following the rebound, as well as Shea Levy was in the area. Webster now trying to poke it ahead. Tiso blocked it. Great penalty killing here from Northport Huntington. Lundgren. Inside outside goes down. No call there, as a shot from Galante kicked away by the left pad of McCartney. Rank back to the point. Cross to Webster. Webster shot it wide. Back up to Levy once more. Levy trying to return pass, and it does eventually find its way to Paleo. Paleo back to Levy and back in deep. Power play has expired. 0 for 4 tonight are West Islip. And they came in with just 10% power play percentage. That number not increasing. So they just need 1 out of their next 6 tries to get that number to go up. They're on pace to be on the power play 6 times in this game. Marco Abenda, slap shot off the face-off win, gloved by McCartney. Off the mask there of McCartney. Lundgren the chance. Abenda shoots from the point, save made. Rebound. Kick to the corner. Good stick lift. And skating it free, Aiden Dowling. Dowling, headman pass. Poked away. As Northport Huntington trying to quickly counterattack. Now puck back in. Near side, clearing attempt for Caden Thomas Martin, held up by Abenda. Shot, stick save made. McCartney, rebound Lundgren. Unable to drag it. Once again, Marco Abenda, shot from the blue line, stopped up by McCartney, no rebound. 6:47 to go here in this second period. West Islip without Matthew Minervini, Jake Aniano, Mikey Lane, and Rowan Burnt for this game. They win the face-off. Webster down the boards to Paleo. Cascone battling Spradell. Spradell goes down. Skated out by DeSarno. DeSarno giving chase. Webster comes over. DeSarno, nice move around Webster. Took the shot, missed wide. Beal. Spradell. Lost it to Wilk. Wilk around for Webster. Against the boards. Nice play there by Ryan Hahn. Keeps it deep. Wilk. Trying to hit behind the play. Good idea at Sebastian Paleo. Trying to sneak past the defense, was broken up. Webster now in behind for Cascone. Good stick from Hahn. On with Beal. And the puck out of the zone. Cutting across to make a play on it was Connor Fry. Webster. Near side, Palaio. Nice little move there from Palaio. Cascone for Wilk. Wilk lost the handle to the line, and Spreadell off the high glass and out to center. 5:08 to go here. Second period, 3-0. Northport Huntington lead it. Looking for win number 1. Played across ice. No one on the other side of it for West Islip. Palaio near corner. Lost it to Connor Fry. Lundgren spinning away. Lundgren toward the front of the net. Rejected from accessing the front of the net by Connor Fry. Northport Huntington have iced the puck with 4:42 left here in the second period. Where Tigers goaltender Andrew McCartney has been excellent thus far. Came in with a .975 goals against average. Of course, that stat lending itself more toward a window into the look of the overall play of the team as opposed to the individual goaltender. Giorgio stops it up at the far point. Shot blocked. Nice play there by Quescu. And Robert Quescu skates out. Knocked down by Abenda. Open ice hit there from Marco Abenda. Clean. Tiso back in for the Tigers. Shot it wide. Quescu backhands it down the far boards. Giorgio for West Islip gets there first. Tiso took it off his stick. 4 minutes to go, second period. Scrum continues. Lundgren emerges with the puck. Chris Lundgren with Rank and Galante. Onside play. Lundgren. Shot it wide. Galante looking to get a touch on it. Good job by Webster coming over to keep in. Lundgren and Quescu battle in the far corner. Lundgren takes the puck away. Back for a rip from Webster over the net. Abenda couldn't keep in on the near side. Try to play it back in the zone. It's on the tape of Tiso. Tiso to Alfano. Alfano bumped into by Galante. Lundgren. Challenged by Tiso. Got it by Tiso onto the stick of Palaio. Palaio dumps in. Wraps around the boards. Will go for a change. Quescu. Charges ahead for Northport Huntington. Levy and Webster back. Webster missed his check on Quescu. Put it out in front. Couldn't get the redirect he was looking for. 2:40 to go here, second period. And now West Islip with a potential odd man rush here. Hedger is the lone back. On the backhand, shot denied. Palaio the look. And now Hedger for Alfano. Webster quick to get back on defense. Levy was back. Shot from Alfano over the net. Backhanded down ice. Will be an icing on West I. 12 to go in this second period. 3-0 Northport Huntington leading West Islip. Welcome back behind the camera, Wally Mitchell, who had been doing production work on the North Rink, getting them set up and ready to go. Paul Trentini taking over camera work there on the north side. A developmental matchup, and that features Northport Huntington and KPC. That game tied at 1, reaching the end of the first period. Back here in this one, we got Palaio making a couple nice moves in the corner for Giorgio. Giorgio flung across ice. Kent back up top. Abenda returned it to Kent. Kent trying to poke it right back to Marco Abenda, comes all the way out of the zone. With $1:40 and counting left here in this second period. Marco Abenda got by a couple of sticks. Abenda cutting in. Abenda still with the puck. Abenda poked away, but got on to the tape of Kent, and Kent's shot is stopped by McCartney. Great rush up ice there from Marco Abenda. Creating the scoring chance for West Islip. Abenda, as I mentioned, 5 points in now his 9th game played. Tied for the lead for West Islip. Pushed ahead by Levy, but here comes Aiden Dowling. Aiden Dowling trying to go skate to stick. Adam Rank, good job on the back check. Pushed in behind. Looking to get a play on it there was Andrew Cohen. Instead, it's back down ice. The play on further by Connor Fry. Fry to DeSarno. DeSarno to a teammate, not out of the zone. Swept back on goal by Cascone. And McCartney will cover with 45 seconds left here in period number 2. Lone goal of the period belonging to Northport Huntington, scored shorthanded by Robert Quescu back on 13:55. And Henry Alfano with 2 more penalties taken this period. Has 3 taken in the game, 1 more, and he will be tossed for too many penalties in a single game. Northport Huntington were short a skater. They signaled to the bench to get that 5th player out there, and emerging from the bench out onto the ice, Ryan Guzzo. Connor Fry to Alfano. Alfano, good poke check there from Webster. Ahead now for Wilk. Wilk out it to Paleo, and Paleo tried to quickly get it across ice, was blocked. Back now with Webster. Pressured by Tiso. Spun forward by Paleo, and Paleo does a good job to track back to the loose puck. Battling Alfano. Sticks being lifted as they joust for possession of the puck. Wilk got the puck back, shot it just wide on the far post. Shot from Abenda, missed the net wide as time expires in period number 2. 3-0 Tigers at the end of 2 third period. On its way, you're listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here and only on LI Sports Network. Welcome back here to the Rinks and Ophog, listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network, LISN. 3-0 in favor of Northport Huntington, this freshman matchup against West Islip. Battle of 14th and 11th place teams. The West Islip have a heroic comeback in them. A relatively balanced played game, making the most of their opportunities, though, have been Northport Huntington. Here's one here, and Alfano's shot off the chest of Chero. Ducks down to cover up. Getting the scoring started back in the first period for Northport Huntington. Aiden Dowling, as there's a right toe save made by Chero off the face-off win by the Tigers. And Connor Fry from Guzzo and Tiso on the power play made it 2-0. Short-handed Robert Quescu gave the Tigers extra insurance. They lead by 3 going into the final period. Regulation time, Marco Abenda had some good looks in this game for West Islip. Nothing to show for it. Got it ahead to Kent. Kent to Rank. Adam Rank back to Kent. Kent across. Good look here for West Islip. Shot it over the net. Did Lundrigan. All the way out, Giorgio. Good passing, though, from that line for West Islip. Abenda. Area pass, Banks to Adam Rank. Rank skates in. Rank, nice pass to Lundrigan. Lundrigan shot, glove save made. McCartney, he holds on with 13:23 left to go. Face-off coming now to the left of McCartney. Ripped from Webster, turned away by the Tigers' Tendy. And a good lead pass to Beal. Beal, though, quickly met by Webster. Jay Levy over to Connor Webster. Webster dumps in, wraps around for Lucas Wilk. Taken away by Quescu behind the net. Quescu ahead to Hahn, Ryan Hahn. Into the boards, work back to Wilk. Wilk across, good look there, redirected by Cascone toward goal, and a save made by McCartney. Shot from the point is in, and West Islip are on the board. Connor Webster, through a sea of jerseys, found the back of the twine. This was just following another good look for West Islip. As Paleo had a good chance, was redirected. And so now just a 2-goal game. Plenty of time, 12:44 left in this third period. And McCartney is undergoing some equipment recalibration. For a word there. The score of the Northport Huntington developmental game between KPC sees still tied 1 apiece. Also tune into that game right here on LI Sports Network. Brady Campbell on the call. Paul Trentini back on the cam over there. We've got Wally Mitchell to my right, doing outstanding work as always, Wally. Again, West Islip 2 points back of a 3-way tie for 9th place. 3 points back of that final playoff spot. So this is a big game for them. Not one they would want to lose as Hedger dumps in. Abenda on the loose puck. Marco Abenda. Pressured. Play there by Cohen. Northport Huntington take control of neutral ice. Hedger back for Quescu. Quescu to Andrew Cohen. Cohen's pass misfires and turned over to Sebastian Palaio. Palaio, though, gave it up as Aiden Dowling crept in on the far boards. Back with Sebastian Palaio. Plays catch with Giorgio and comes out the near boards. Lost the handle. Abenda trying to get it back from Quescu, and Quescu content to just skate it back into his own end with time and space. Cascone eventually put pressure on Quescu and forced the turnover to Wilk. Wilk down the left wing side into the offensive zone for the Lions. Out in front and across, hoping to get it to Cascone. Now back with Sebastian Palaio. Tigers take control and clear out of the zone. As welcome to the booth, Kevin Broderick of LISN, repping the AAU Nationals jacket today. Tumbling down to the ice was Brody Arthur. Shoot, they score! 1-goal game, West Islip, with plenty of time left here in the third. So Brody Arthur go down. It's going to be in the near corner and eventually across and buried. Sebastian Palaio, been prominent all night, has the Lions in striking distance. Chris Lundrigan picking up the assist. Here come the Lions. Adam Rank stopped by McCartney. Sebastian Palaio, his second goal of the season. Off the draw, chance. Lundrigan flip float off the stick. Wraps it around. Back to the point, Webster. This pass taken away, and Ryan Guzzo will clear it down the near boards. All the way down, though, will be an icing on Northport Huntington, which stops the clock with 10:10 left in this third period. First meeting between these two sides. Face off to the left of McCartney, one back and shoveled wide by Palaio. His goal, pulling the Lions within one. Unable to hold in near point was Abenda. Abenda cuts through into the zone. Shot deflects off a stick and into the far corner. Fry puts it ahead of Tiso. Tiso to Alfano, taken away by Kent. Kent to Palaio. Palaio a shot wide. Connor Fry. Poke back to the point. Giorgio a flipper toward the back post. Palaio is waiting for it. Tigers clear. Alfano carries in, and a slither offside was Ryan Guzzo. Stops the rush ahead for Northport Huntington, who want to hold this 1-goal lead now. Gonna need more offensive zone time. You can't protect the lead. Keeping puck in your own end for this remaining 9 minutes and 18 seconds. As off the draw, it's one forward. Nice little play there made by Thomas Klingensmith. Connor Fry puts it right back in to Connor Webster. Webster's clearing attempt blocked by Klingensmith. Another stab at it to the line, not out. Good keep in by Fry. As a shot wide there from Aiden Dowling. Back with Klingensmith. Klingensmith missed his intended target. West Islip clear the zone. Klingensmith, nice pass, leads Cohen into the zone. Cohen, a wrist shot, blocker save Chero. Rebound Dowling, turned away by Chero. as William Chero keeps the Lions within one. Off the face-off win, shot from Quescu, turned away by the glove of Chero. Hedger keeps in at the far point. Dowling trying to get possession. Hedger lost it to Wilk. Wilk with Quescu darting back, got in the passing lane and deflects harmlessly onto his goaltender. And for covering up is Matthew McCartney. What a play by Quescu getting back. And as it stands currently, that shorthanded goal scored by Robert Quescu, the difference maker in the game thus far. That third goal of the, game, of the night for Northport Huntington. Looking for a fourth. Here's Alfano, cuts at the circle. Alfano looked away from him. Put back to the point by Guzzo. Guzzo gives chase. It's shoved down. Quescu takes over. Vallejo on the forecheck for West Islip. Henry Alfano makes his way through. Try to catch up with it behind the goal line. Nice little play by Giorgio. Down on the ice is Alfano. Ahead Adam Rank. Palaio takes off. Rank trying to flip it to him. Does. Here comes Palaio with Quescu getting back. Palaio on the backhand. Stopped by McCartney. Some great action here in the third period. What a pass. Springs forward Sebastian Palaio. And Palaio with Quescu trying to make his life as difficult as possible on that breakaway. Force the backhand shot. And a good stop there for McCartney. Play resumes. Connor Webster got to go down the far boards. Back on the stick of Webster. Deflection attempt in front from Lundgren unsuccessful. Spreadell near side. Lundgren drags. Lundgren put it across. Blocked by Hedger, who couldn't clear. Right back down low. Nice move from Galante. Galante back up for Webster. Webster slap shot block. Came right onto the tape of Levy, who shot blocked. His own player, Lundgren, in the way of it. Lundgren again showing off a little dangle action. Plays it down the far boards rather than near. Into the corner. Galante. Stride for stride with him there was Hedger. Back for Webster. Shot glove save made McCartney. And McCartney holds on. 6:33 left here in this third period. West Islip trying to knot this game up at 3 apiece. They have both goals in the third period. First Connor Webster, then Sebastian Palaio. Northport Huntington looking to hold on to this lead, get win number 1 of the season. Fluttered on. Pass from Klingensmith. Giorgio takes over in the near corner. Carries in behind and will carry it to about the blue line before sending across to Palaio. Palaio tipped ahead, chases after it. Took the puck away from Arthur. What a move, Palaio. Cuts toward the front of the net, turned away McCartney, and he's got it underneath him. Strong move there from Sebastian Palaio. Watch him here. He's going to pull it around the defense, out in front. Long move to the net there from Palaio. Just nothing to show for it. 6 minutes to go, third period. West Islip pressing, looking for the equalizer. Shot from Giorgio blocked and thrown out to neutralized by the Tigers of Northport Huntington. Marco Abenda in behind. Gets around the swinging stick of Klingensmith. Let's go of a shot at the far circle and a save made, glove save made. And we're going to play on. Everyone expected a whistle. No whistle came, and throwing the puck down out of his glove. Funny little play there from Matthew McCartney. And now West Islip ice the puck. with 5:16 to go in the third period. Listening to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. Three-two Tigers over the Lions. Chris Lundgren goes down to a knee. Tiso battling him near side. Levy down the near boards with under 5 to play, third period. Fry backhanded, went out in front, a chance. They score! Tie game! And it looked like it was Luke Galante with the equalizer as he takes the shot here. And it somehow snaked its way in and around goaltender McCartney. 3 unanswered goals in the third period for the Lions to tie it at 3. And plenty of time to win it in regulation if they wanted. Paleo, the goal. Luke Galante, the goal. That is Galante's first of the season. What a first goal for Luke Galante. Tiso brought it in offside. 4:28 to go here, third period. Northport Huntington had everything going right. Tie it at 3. And with 4:28 left, what more twists and turns does this game have for us tonight? Brought in over the line onside here from Quescu. Now Alfano, a little flip, turned away by Charo. Out of the zone, Quescu hustles back to it. Cross D to Hedger. Hedger off the boards and ahead, out of the reach of Alfano. Abenda trying to play it ahead on a pass from Giorgio. Does get its way to Tiso, and Tiso down and around for the Tigers. Alfano greets it in the far side. Alfano going to work on Abenda. Chipped it across, now Tiso swiped at it, missed, and it's cleared out of the zone by West Eye. Kent goes sliding down to the ice. Hedger has the puck. Checked by Paleo and checked by Wilk. Taken away. Here's a chance. Slap shot in the high slot. Turned away. Good look there for Ryan Guzzo. He now flipped off the back of Hedger. Trying to get back to his defensive post. Right back into the zone. Thomas Klingensmith. Guzzo on that far post. They still whack at it to the blue line. Hedger, a little flip, turned away by Charo. Alfano catches up with it on the far corner. With 3 minutes to go, third period. Out in front! It was flirting with crossing the line. It never did, and whistle stops play. You saw the view. I saw it here. There it is, right on the line. Never crossed the line. What a save. .257 left. Northport Huntington led it by 3. Game now tied. Tigers do not have a point this year. All of their games lost in regulation. Lundgren near side, up top now to the point. Levy down the boards. And a cross and a good stick there from Klingensmith. That has Dowling streaking down the right wing side, and getting over was Shea Levy. Nice play there from Shea. Klingensmith couldn't quite get on the other end of it. Skated out of the zone by Lundgren. Lundgren tried a little flip ahead to Rank, and it's back. Possession of Cohen. Cohen ridden to the boards by Adam Rank. West Islip emerged with the puck. Well, under 2 minutes to play. Brendan DeSarno. Around for a touch from Andrew Cohen, can't clear. Good keep from West Islip and Shea Levy. That shot toward the goal, gloved by McCartney, who holds on. Minute 38 left, third period. Face-off control. Abenda's shot missed the net wide. Picked up by Galante, who's got the tying goal for West Islip. Spins away from Quescu. Quescu tracks back to Galante. Galante goes down. Sebastian Palaio with it. Palaio trying to get around Quescu. Quescu shoves it up the far boards. Off for Abenda's rip wide. Giorgio keeps in near point. And Wilkes sends it down the boards. Tiso picking it up on in the far corner. And Tiso, deflected by Guzzo onto the stick of Giorgio. Shot blocked. Guzzo, can he clear? No, he can't. Good keep there from Abenda. But now Quescu with speed. Under a minute to go. 45. Shot from the far circle. Turned away by Chero. Not out of the zone. Good keep by Hedger. Flips it in deep. Alfano. Now Lundgren for West Islip. 30 seconds to go in the game. Lundgren lost a handle and swept away by the Tigers. They push it ahead. Guzzo to Tiso. 3-on-2 over the blue line. Tiso, circle shot. Save made Chero. He holds on with 12 seconds to go here in the third. 4-7 West Islip. Northport Huntington 0-11. Alfano will take the draw from Lucas Wilk. Abenda heads off the ice. Won by Northport Huntington. Shot along the ice, trying to drive it to the front of the net. And rejected by Levy. Not out of the zone. Hedrick kept it in for the moment. 2 seconds and 1. And we're going to go to extra time. Overtime here in our first game on the South Rink. Both teams pick up a point. Get 4 minutes on the clock here for overtime. First point of the year for Northport Huntington. Can they make it 2? Thought they had 2 locked up at the end of the second period, ahead by 3. But roaring back in the third period were the Lions. Right off the face-off shot from Klingensmith wide. Aiden Dowling, he opened the scoring for Northport Huntington back in that first period. Sent it around and through Quescu and out of the zone. Hedger gets over to it. Galante pressuring for West Islip. Klingensmith unable to get a touch on it. Hedger and Galante battle in the far boards. Pushed ahead by Northport Huntington. However, they turn over possession. Webster on the tape here for Galante. Galante walks over the line, takes the shot, a glove save made by McCartney, who keeps things moving. Kicked ahead now by Quescu. Quescu across. Klingensmith, return to Quescu, one time, drive, stick save made by Chero. Quescu got all of that shot by the stick of Lundgren onto the stick of Hedger. Plays it across to Robert Quescu. Banks one for Aiden Dowling. Dowling, Klingensmith, Klingensmith, shoots, save made Chero. Hedger with 2:40 to go in overtime. Klingensmith off balance, didn't really get much on the shot. And now Webster for West Islip. Weaving through neutral ice, gave it up to Dowling. Dowling near the end of a shift, unable to really take advantage. Kicked ahead by Lundgren. Dowling to the bench as Quescu flipped it into neutral ice. Webster for Lundgren. Good stick lift. And now Alfano. Got possession back for Northport Huntington. Tiso. Over the line onside. All four Lions are back and making a good play on the loose puck. Lucas Wilk. Lucas Wilk rumbling on in. Getting back was Quescu. And the puck loose. It's loose and the whistle blown. The official's view obscured on the play, didn't see. The puck was not under the glove of Northport Huntington netminder Andrew McCarthy. Or pardon me, Matthew McCartney. Face off in the offensive zone, lost by West Islip, cleared by Northport Huntington. Hedger, pressured by Wilk, punched out of the zone. Giorgio across to Abenda. Tiso came over, turned the puck over in favor of Northport Huntington. Tiso got around Abenda. Tiso, nice move. Tiso off the iron. Back out for a shot blocked from Quescu. Quescu backhanded to the front of the net, hoping for Tiso. And it's punched away by Marco Abenda. That was a great chance for Northport Huntington. Alfano. Everyone back for the West Islip. Hedger keeps it in the zone, but by that point, all of the Northport Huntington forwards had come back, including Tiso, who has it here. Gets it ahead to Alfano, and for Alfano, 20, puck available. Side and go after it is Quescu. Quescu took it away from Lundgren, who took it right back. From down on the ice, spirited away from Quescu. Big play there from Lundgren. Hedger is able to get it away from Galante. Hopped the stick of Lundgren and one-on-one. Giorgio, Alfano, unable to get around Giorgio. Looks for a call, he won't get one. With 1 second, and that will do it. Tigers and Lions end in a tie. Northport Huntington and West Islip, they gave us all they could handle. For West Islip, they roar back and at least get a point out of tonight, despite trailing by 3 going into the third. And Northport Huntington, they do not get their first win of the season as they thought they might have had locked up. They do, however, get their first point of the season with the tie. That will conclude our coverage here in this one. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. On behalf of our whole crew, including now cameraman Wally Mitchell, special shout out to Paul Trentini, Ryan Brannigan. Until next time, as always, ladies and gentlemen, please have a good night.